Well, dude, thanks for sitting down and hanging out with me and Jordan tonight.
Yeah, man.
We are really excited. I'm very excited. I know Jordan is as well, but I'm very excited to tell your story because we've known each other now for 49, 50 years.
And a half.
And a half, yeah.
Yeah. Things are
and
good.
Now, we look very good for 60-year-olds, but...
We won't tell you that secret tonight.
Stay
tuned.
But we met probably about 8 years ago or so.
Yes.
And you moved down to the Atlanta area, started
Right.
going to a church that I was working at.
Right.
I needed an on-camera talent guy, and you walked into my life, and man,
You're welcome.
It's been, yeah.
You're still here.
I'm still here.
It's been amazing ever since then. So,
Right.
So tell, for those watching, tell us a little bit about where you were in Iowa, and you went to Iowa State.
Yes, sir.
Played football, all that good stuff.
Right.
And then tell me kind of how you got down to Atlanta and what happened there.
Great family environment growing up, and it was great. I ended up going to Iowa State University and playing football there. And while I was there, I met freshman year, first semester, this woman named Brittany Waddell. Grew fond of one another, and senior year, still together. Now we were engaged. She got a job offer in Peachtree City, Georgia. My degree's in communications and broadcasting, and I was like, okay, that's perfect. I was going to be a sportscaster. I moved to Atlanta. That's a great market. I'll find something down there. We'll be fine. Yeah. We moved there January 2009, and what happened with my wife's job for training, we moved to Georgia, but then she had to train in Kansas for 3 months. So I'm stuck in Georgia for 3 months, but I'm like, you know what, I'll find a job. I drive to Atlanta. I'm meeting with CNN, Fox Sports South, Weather Channel, but like I said, the economy had crashed that they were like, Euseph, we'd love to hire you, but we're firing people. To be honest, I prayed a lot, and it came to me that, you know what, I've never really embraced a lot of the gifts and tools and inner talents that I feel like I've always had with acting. So I just said, you know what, I'm gonna try it. Little did I know that Atlanta was getting ready to be a booming place for the industry. Yep. So it was a right place, right time kind of thing. Sure. And I felt like I, in the best way, was being set up in a good way.
There came a very important day in your life. You're playing football after church, right? One afternoon. So tell me a little bit about that.
So, January 11th, 2015.
You remember the day.
You would.
January.
Wait till I tell you what happened. Yes. I remember that morning I sang at church. Playing football, obviously in college, put me in this position where I was asked by some friends to play in a flag football league.
And you're like, yes, of course I will dominate you.
Well, at first,
Division I.
I was apprehensive because I said, you know what?
I don't want to hurt you. Is probably the mindset that you had.
Literally, verbatim what I said.
Yeah.
They came to me and I was a little hesitant, and they said, listen, Euseph, you can be quarterback and you can call the plays and be in control.
Look like me.
Right, they all look like you.
Small, 12-year-old female frames,
right,
among those things, and
all those things.
Like, well, I don't know, but if I can be quarterback, then I don't have the chance of hurting and breaking them.
Yes,
so
I'll just win. So I got to a position where I was like, okay, if anyone really knows me, it's kind of a fault and whatever. I like to be in control. So once they said quarterback, I was like, where do I sign? First play, the game, roll to the right, overthrow somebody. I'm like, man, okay, that's fine. We'll make it up. I'm still gonna win. And second play, I run to the right, and I remember I'm feeling good. I'm running. It's a little cold. I see this old guy. He jumps this way. I feel good. Plant on my left leg, and I'll never forget it. Feel the loudest pop in my entire life. I honestly thought somebody had kicked me. I really did. Yeah. So long story short, I had emergency surgery 2 days later, and it put me in a position to where I had to stop. Honestly, one of the hardest things I've ever, if not the hardest thing I've ever gone through. During this time, my mother's health wasn't doing too well with them living in Texas, and my parents were beginning to go through a divorce as well. And that was the same year. Later the year, I was getting ready to turn 30, and we bought a minivan, so I was just like, I'm going downhill. This is literally the worst year ever. Rather than really kind of loathe and feel guilty and just succumb to that, I said, you know what? I'm gonna use that same mentality, and I'm just gonna, knuckle up, and let's figure out why. And it's always been a dream of mine to own my own production company. So I said to myself, you know what? why wait until I'm some established artist or performer? You know, who knows
have
when that will
millions of
be.
dollars
Just
to be
millions
able
of
to do
dollars
it.
and just have the absolute means to do whatever
Yeah.
you want. You know,
Right.
who wants that? I said, why not wait till I'm hurt? You know what I mean? So I can
Exactly.
get it started.
Why not wait till I'm a broken man?
Right.
Pretty much on my way out.
Exactly.
No hope.
No hope
Yeah.
whatsoever.
That's why we brought you here today.
Exactly. It's one of those things where I said, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. The idea of going after your dreams, no matter what your current situation is, and having that hope,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, to help you and assure you that, you know what, that's enough.
Yeah.
Look at me.
You just bringing it.
I'm just branding it
Yes.
for you. It was fantastic.
If you got your eyes set on something, if you got a vision for something, man, you're gonna make that happen. And you've always been, you know, ever since I've known you, you've been that kind of person. And so
I appreciate that.
for me to see how Legacy Rain has become what it is already, you know, and dude, it's not like you're that far into this thing. I mean, it's
No.
only been going for a few years.
Yeah,
you know? So
if that.
It's amazing to see already what it's become and how much you've done with it and how many people you've already inspired. And so for me, that's
appreciate
so
that.
cool to be able to like be a part of your story in that way.
I all of a sudden said I could be gone tomorrow. It really hit me to where like life is so precious. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
Why am I gonna wait and for anything? Why will I ever?
Yep.
And I mean this in the nicest way. Care what anyone says?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like I'm going to go after it 110%. I'm gonna make moves or get moved.
Yep.
Either you get on the train with me or I'm flying by.
If you're still here, God still has a purpose.
Yes.
He still has a plan for you.
Yes.
And He's going to do something great with you.
Absolutely. No matter the obstacle or season, whatever you're going through, there's always someone that has gone through it too, and
Yep.
and we're here for each other. That's all it took for me in that season to now feel like I can conquer the world,
Yeah.
right? And there's nothing that's gonna stop me.